Connor Martel won Q1 and Q2, and then unfortunately had an incident in Q3, which was not his fault, and that dropped him to P2. Still, though, pole in this one. Scott Anderson alongside him. Row 2, James Rimmer and Cole Keats. Rimmer doing a good job in the wet when the rain fell just before Q3. Cole Keats. And at the back, Matt Karpoff. So remember, 3 go through to the final. Another 6-lap semi. And another joker for these guys. Rimmer was good in the wet. Got a good start. But this, for me, is all about Martel. Bucky Martel's been brilliant this weekend, hasn't he?
School is about to be in session, boys and girls.
You think he's going to do it? You think is that where your money is?
All day.
All day. There we go.
Day.
Bucky Lasek says all day. Unfortunately, it's too late to get to the bookies to slap your money on Martel. But maybe we can find someone to take the bet. Would be a good one for tomorrow. Martel with a great reaction time again. Hooks it up. Rimmer was super sideways in the background. Scott Anderson, though, is alongside. Oh, sideways. Look at that. A little bit of sideways off the start. Is there a problem? Look at the way the car's crabbing on the inside. Martel's car is crabbing. I wonder if they haven't managed to get it fully repaired from the incident. So yeah, he loses out. Anderson
might not have got it back on the rack in time to align it, so he might have some steering issues that he's dealing with right now, but he'll figure it out. I have faith in him.
Rimmer nearly in the wall. Yeah, Bucky, that it looks like it's not turning into right-handers and then possibly sort of over-rotating and crabbing a bit the other way. So I guess if they've had to work that hard to get the car back out, sometimes we've got to take a compromise now.
He looks like he's making it work.
Well, you think so, Bucky? You reckon he can hold on?
Yeah, he's driving around it. He's driving around the issue. It looks like he knows what it's doing.
What's it like, though, getting in the car? Well, maybe he didn't know about the issue, but if you get in the car and you know it's not straight, you know, there's that psychological thing of what do you do?
No, already on the pre-grid he said, you know, it might not be 100% when he gets in, so he sort of knows sort of the issue he's going to have. He's driving down the straight, but you know, he seems to be driving around it. And
he's dropped it! Anderson's dropped it in turn 1.
Look at that.
Scott Anderson has thrown it off the road in turn 1. He puts it in the tyre barrier, and behind him, Connor Martel moves into the lead. Bucky, you were gesticulating at the screen coming down the straight. We saw Pecoy driving with the car out of alignment this morning, but
yeah,
I have to say, Martel.
I'm looking at Martel's front left, and his toe looks a little bit off. It could have been that he had the wheel turn, but they look like they're kind of towed in a little bit, which will kind of hurt him under braking, and it'll make him kind of oversteer a little bit.
Anderson goes straight to the joker, which you might as well do when you've had an absolute shocker like that, but Anderson dropping it on the brakes.
See how the car's a little crooked there?
Yeah,
see how the car's
it's crabbing hugely, but it's got to be one of the rear left or rear, well, I guess. And then the other thing, of course, is if something isn't fully secure and so it's moving, but then
see how it's tracking sideways?
Massively.
This is really impressive for Martel. Really impressive.
Let's be honest, it is, isn't it? You know, you kill it in Q1 and Q2, you get taken out in Q3, you come back with a car which is, let's be honest, that is dreadfully out of alignment, Bucky, isn't it? You know, and still he leads. Keats behind him has got the washers on. These cars can use a whole washer bottle inside one race if the conditions are dirty enough for it. I'm a little bit surprised that Keats didn't go joker, but I guess he's worried about getting into the traffic behind him.
Yeah, he's just going to try and, you know, keep pushing with his lap times, and you know, sometimes the joker can sort of put you off a little bit of rhythm. So you're trying to leave that as late as you can when you're trying to catch up is easiest.
And he's within time to come back out ahead of Rimmer.
So you think, Bucky, maybe take it? I mean, they're only half race distance. You know, you could hold on right to the end. I guess
mean, he's barely got enough time. It's going to be very aggressive. It's going to be a close one if he does go for it, which.
Go on, Martel. I'm loving it. It's great,
he's got it, though.
Everybody loves a hero driver. Remember Andreas Backerud doing it? I think it was at Buxtehude when he had a puncture, Backerud, and somehow managed to hold on for the win in his heat race. And the place just went absolutely mental. There was Christopherson at Hockenheim, the famous semi-final too. You got to Google that in a puncture, and he held on against Liam Dorr and Ken Block, like almost for the whole race. In the end, he got eaten up, but it was such a great race. Everyone loves someone who's trying to do a hero drive, and particularly the team. When you know your team have worked hard to repair the car, it's a great way to repay them if you can get it through.
100%. You know, this is the best way you can prepare a team. You know, and also for himself. You know, he's really realizing that he can do anything if he puts his mind to it, and he's really, you know, showing his talent even with a bent car. You know, that's far from ideal.
That rear right is pointing out, isn't it? Bucky, what odds do you think you would have got on Martel? I reckon odds on Martel after Q2 you wouldn't have got a very good bet, would you? If you'd said to someone before the semi-final, yeah, odds for a bet on Martel winning with, like, I don't know, 10 degrees of toe out with the rear right, you'd have got good odds, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But as soon as you put the hammer down, they're going to be like, we're not going to pay you the odds that you deserve because he's the hammer.
Because it's Connor the Hammer Martel. Connor the Hammer's on it. James Rimmer takes the joker out. He's looking for a P3 because if he gets P3, he goes through. Karpoff's a long way out the back door, so Karpoff's 12 off. Anderson's 14 off.
Connor is using the whole track. Watch him. I don't like it. I
don't like the last corner where he's running right out towards the tyre barrier.
It's freaking me out.
It makes you nervous. Yeah, it makes me nervous too. Look at the angle. What's incredible is Keats behind him is quick and he's not really gaining on him. And if it must be horrible. When you're watching a car in front that clearly handles terribly, and then you're like, damn it, I'm not closing the gap. How's that for Keats?
Psychologically, it's going to play with it's going to play with the guys that are behind Martel. They're really pushing to catch him up, and even with his bent car, he's really showing the pace into the joker.
Right, let's see what he does to
he's got some crazy hands.
Luckily, nobody anywhere near him, so what a drive. Please, Connor, keep it out of the wall because this is hero drive business. And of course, it gives the team another 15 minutes to see if there's anything they can tidy up with the geometry on the back of that. Although, if he takes a win like this, I might be tempted to leave the geometry alone.
I don't know if it'll be this fast if it dries up.
He's found something that there'll be engineers in F1 testing this kind of stuff in the wind tunnel later today. They'll be like, yeah, it's the one, 10 degrees of toe out on the rear right. Martel takes semi-final number 2. Cole Keats is P2, and James Rimmer is coming past the competition now. The crowd appreciate that, and rightly so. Rimmer's going to take P3, and Anderson, who unfortunately dropped it at the end of the straight, isn't going to make it through. Anderson was leading when he dropped it at the end of the straight. He's not going to make it through to the final. Karpoff crosses the line. Right then, lads, what do you think of that?
It's pretty awesome. Connor is my hero.
Right, let's take a look at the result from semi-final number 2. Absolutely stunning drive. Connor Martel with the wildest setup we've seen on a car all weekend, taking the win. Cole Keats, James Rimmer going through to the final. 6, 5 and 4 championship points. Scott Anderson and Matt Karpoff, unfortunately, don't take any further part today.